What is horror? Many of us would say that it's a genre in art of storytelling that's supposed to cause fear, shock, and dread. It's supposed to scare you. Horror can have different types like supernatural with ghosts, demons and magic, or psychological, where the story is focused around the mind and feelings like worry and fear. So, how Resident Evil 2 Remake fit into this? First of all, Resident Evil 2 is a 2019 survival horror game developed and published by Capcom, and it proudly shows the survival horror genre. You may ask why it's survival horror. Well, the game is focused on resource management, being vulnerable while you are facing isolation. Let me explain you here. Resource. You must carefully ration limited healing items, ammunition, and saving points, which can evoke feeling of fear and worry while you're playing it. You never know when you will need more ammo or healing items. Vulnerability. Characters are often fragile, and take for example Leon S. Kennedy, who during RE2 is only 21 years old, and he's a rookie cop compared to, for example, Leon in Resident Evil 4 Remake, where he is more combat experienced. So characters are less combat capable than their monstrous threats, and that's why it's a survival horror. For example, the tyrant called by fandom Mr. X is unstoppable while he's chasing you through RPD, and not to mention that the soundtrack in the game amplifies your emotions. You want to run and hide. You feel fear, and your heart is beating faster in your chest. Well, unless you are a veteran who's just enjoying this genre, and then you take Mr. X for a walk and tell him, "How was your day?" Because why not? Hi there, handsome. How's it going? Would you like to talk with me? Hi. Hi, Pookie. Hi. Oh, you got juked. So sorry, buddy. Isolation and lore. Non-player characters mean stories and after uncovered via audio logs, notes, and journals. Like I mentioned before, the soundtrack in the game amplifies everything and it's incredibly important. So, how the Resident Evil 2 remake can help you with your world building? This is a great question. Let me explain how Resident Evil 2 helped me with my sci-fi thriller series called Mastermind of Evolution. Mastermind of Evolution, A New Hope is focused mostly on one location, a city called New Hope. Main characters quickly find out it's a test site for bioorganic experiments. You'll see infected ones everywhere, and let me give you a description of them. Grayish skin dotted with blisters, and each one slowly leaking a strange substance. Lips have purplish hue, and dark veins highlight the absence of color. They walk clumsily, crawl, and infected ones have a milky white eyes and they snore. Sounds familiar? Yeah, because infected ones are zombies. So, how RE2 Remake helped me with writing my world in the Mastermind series? I spent hours walking through RPD just to listen to moaning and groaning of zombies. And they're snarling and screaming, hitting their hands on the windows. Basically, the entire ambience of the game. I allow myself to be present in the game, try to imagine what Leon or Claire could feel, what they could hear or even taste. You can imagine how everything inside a RPD smelled. Like it's not just metallic standard blonde, but also rotten flesh of decomposing human body. And the soundtrack in this game helped me with understanding what my characters could potentially feel. If I put myself in their place, I could use my senses to describe the situation. By describing the situation, I can understand what they possibly feel and how they should react, depending on their personal traits. For example, Liam Fleming is a soldier with experience, and he will react differently to Octavia, who is an IT technician and she doesn't have the military training that Liam does. When you're thinking about the scene, you want to write a character facing something scary. You can ask yourself a few questions, and I'll be using examples from my Mastermind of Evolution book. How does it look like? For example, a New Hope looks like a normal city, but you quietly and quickly find out it's not. There are abandoned cars, there is no one nearby, a neon sign is buzzing, and the rain is hitting the road. The city looks like a ghost city. How this thing could make me feel. For example, if I see blood in real life, do you want to faint because of it? Or it doesn't bother you? How my character would feel in this situation? Would they be scared to the point they are immobilized because of fear? Or would they fight with fear and because of it, they would at least try to face their enemy? What your character see? For example, Liam can see the infected one. Their limbs are twisted, they have grayish skin with blisters that are oozing viscous substance, while their lips are purple. Milky white eyes are basically soulless. What can your character smell? For example, corridors in New Hope have scattered dead bodies. You can smell the metallic stench of blood mixed with overpowering, nauseating smell of decomposing body. How can your character feel? For example, their heart can be pounding in their chest and stomach can be twisting. They may vomit because the stench is so overpowering that their body just reacts to it. If they are being chased by something, they can feel buzz of the adrenaline and forget about pain. But the thought of something being right behind them could also make them forget about other people around them because they're focused on their own survival. So, after asking ourselves a few questions, now you might ask me how the hell RE2 Remake helped me and how it can help you with your world building. Let's start from the beginning, where Leon or Claire arrives at the gas station. Everything seems normal, right? Well, you quickly realize that it's too quiet, and then you start seeing disturbing signs like abandoned car or blood. When you get inside the store, it's dark and you hear weird noises. Instantly, it's set up mood, right? Well, you feel the darkness and fear. You may be worried about the situation. Then you meet someone who was bitten by zombie and they are bleeding. Our main character is clueless, but you hear some kind of fight going on in the background. As you progress, you have a first view on a zombie biting the neck of a sheriff.
Stop moving.
Officer, you need help?
Stay back, sir. I got this.
You see how the flesh is being ripped out, and you can hear it, and then you add the scream of a human, and you are forced as Leon or Claire to shoot the enemy. It's quite of an introduction, don't you think? This is exactly what I was talking about. Use your senses to describe what is happening and add emotions to your character. It will set the mood on the scene. Horror is about feeling things and mostly being scared all the time on the edge of your seat. You want your readers to be able to feel and almost smell the same things as your main character can. In this case, you can play Resident Evil games to grasp the concept of what you want in your scene by listening in of the ambience of the area like RPD, or just simply by walking in game to feel and see things. For example, Leon is going through the dark corridor. The water is dripping and you hear dreadful music. You already know that something is wrong and you feel fear. And now zombies come out and you're forced to either to fight or flee. It's about your survival and what are you going to do. You can use elements like this one for setting up your own scenes in your book. And this is a great example of survival horror. Capcom created a wonderful formula of spreading fear, making you feel everything and questioning everything. You don't know what it's going to happen, and if you need resources to find something, it feels realistic. So use that to create your own suspense. Another thing for world building is side characters. In my opinion, they can be a great tool of squeezing emotions out of the main character. One of the best examples based on Resident Evil 2 is Marvin.
You're safe. For now.
You'll meet him almost after you get to RPD, and he pulls you away from a zombie who is trying to eat you. You quickly notice that he's bleeding, and most likely he was bitten. But you're grateful for being saved, right? Well, Marvin helps you for a while, and it hits even more when you're playing as Leon, who is a rookie.
Careful.
Yeah, well, I was supposed to start last week, and I got a call to stay away. I wish I'd come here sooner.
You're here now, Leon. That's all that matters.
Leon wants to help, but Marvin stops him by saying that he
No, I
has to
am
save
not.
himself. Our
Can you
side
please
character gives us a knife, which now
stop?
can progress. We can progress in a story once again, right? Then we got a call from Marvin that he has to show us something. Leon gets there. He finds out that Claire made it to the gate, and you feel relief, right?
Hey! Leon?
Claire! Hold on! I'll be right there!
Okay.
Everything is nice. And you go to the east wing where the helicopter hits RPD. Well,
Unfortunately,
no biggie.
no.
Well,
But how
except
are you
you talk
doing?
with Claire and helicopter blows up. Now there is an alarm and zombies are coming. You are forced to say bye to Claire and head back to
That
Marvin,
means
except that he's not responding. You find him passed down on a bench in the main hall, and now you're absolutely lonely and you're already suspecting that Marvin is turning. Here goes your side character. Say bye bye. But it helped you set up a few scenes and direct your main character to certain points in a plot. It had emotional impact on your character and therefore on your reader. You want to make sure that side characters means something and they also bring something to the plot. It's not just they are there existing. Another example of a good side character is Ada Wong. When we meet her for the first time, she saves Liam from a zombie dog in the underground parking. She introduces herself as an FBI, which soothes Liam's mind in some way, and once again, we have someone who helped our main character, therefore, we feel more comfortable around them, right? Well, you quickly start noticing how Ada is avoiding Leon's questions, and that makes you start trusting less and less.
who is that?
It's just me. So you can put that thing away.
I don't even know what happened. It just happened so quick.
I told you to get out of here. You wouldn't want to end up like Ben, would you?
You knew him?
He was an informant. Had information of use to my investigation.
So what he said was true? Hey, you can't keep walking away from me. I don't even know your name. I'm Leon Kennedy.
Find a way out, Leon. Before it's too late. Then we'll talk.
we are left with even more questions than we had before. While we are looking for a way out of RPG, when we are finally out of there, Ada shows up once again to save us from the tyrant, aka Mr. X.
This is getting old. Saving your ass, that's twice.
I didn't realize you were keeping score.
Look, this isn't a game.
You gotta be kidding me.
Nothing dies down here. I take it you have the key card.
Yeah, and this. I was hoping you could explain what's on it.
Maybe. After I hear it. Let's get out of here.
Leon gives her the recording and hopes for the answers, yet he's not getting that much. I would say it's only to satisfy a portion of what you're already suspecting. Ada gives you something to trust her and to follow her, but still keeps an aura of mystery around her. It can be magnetic and interesting. It's a completely different situation than it was with Marvin. In this situation, our side character allows the main character to progress in the story while giving some answers and more questions as well as mixed feelings and signals. We are not sure if we can trust them, but they also saved the main character's life twice. This is exactly why Ada is very interesting side character. You can see her, you can use her formula to write your own side character to progress story, and later you can decide if they will do something to gain more trust of your main character, or they will betray them fully like Ida did after Leon got a sample of G-Virus.
I was just thinking about you.
That makes two of us. I was getting worried.
No, we make a good team. I gotta ask you something.
Way's clear. Please, tell me you got it.
Oh, I got it.
Let me verify the G sample and we get the hell out of here.
Before we do that, I ran into Annette. She claims you're not FBI.
Oh, Leon. Why couldn't you just hand over the sample?
As I realized, as much as I wanted to trust you, I didn't.
I really hoped it wouldn't end up like this.
So that's all this was. I was just some pawn to you,
Look, I'm just doing my job.
and I'm doing mine, so drop that damn gun! I'm taking you in.
Hand over the sample, Leon. I don't want to hurt you.
I have to mention here how emotions are high during the scene when Ada betrayed Leon and wants him to hand over the sample of G-Virus. Why? Because both characters survive a lot during Raccoon City events, and both saved each other. And there was even a scene when Ada kissed Leon, although I believe it was a form of manipulation from her side to sort of keep our rookie on her side while Leon already was suspecting something.
You know what I was thinking? I can't wait for the FBI to raid Umbrella headquarters and take those bastards to justice.
I agree, but to be clear, you're not working in official capacity. This is a federal case. Once we get the G-Virus, I'm back on my own. Hey, Leon. Trust me?
You trust me?
Honestly, if I didn't, you'd probably be dead.
Right.
I thought I might need your help, and I was right. If you can secure the G-Virus, I can make sure what happened in Raccoon City never happens again.
Ada, you said it yourself. It's a federal case. I don't
Leon,
have the authority.
Look at me. I'm a liability now. If I'm gonna finish this case, you're the last hope I've got.
I'm not just gonna leave you here. What if you're attacked? What if you need help?
He's a smart cookie, he can put two and two together, but also he is a survivor, and having two people together in rough situations can make them feel things for each other. It's not exactly a coping mechanism, but you start seeing the other person as someone you can understand fully because they also went through the same hell. You might ask, alright, AG, so what's about world building in RE? Where are you going with this? You see, side characters are one thing in my opinion, but we also have to talk about some locations like Orphanage or even Nest itself. There is a moment when you're playing as Leon where he finds recording on Ben's body. He was a journalist and he was asking Annette about Orphanage, Umbrella Corporation sponsoring it, and also Underground Lab, which is Nest.
That doesn't explain the rumors about the orphanage. I just find it way too coincidental Umbrella's one of the benefactors.
You told me this interview was about the new scholarship Umbrella set up.
Come on, Annette. Nobody cares about that. They want to know about the G virus.
Where did you hear about this?
And that big fucking sinkhole in the city, which, by the way, rumor has it goes straight to your underground lab. Now, are you going to talk to me, or are you going to...
This interview is over.
When you're playing as Claire, you're forced to get out of RPD and head towards the orphanage when you find out that it's being sponsored by Umbrella Corporation once again. The same place is also a backdoor to sewers where you can take a cable cord to Nest. And why I'm mentioning this place? Because of the lore you can find. While you're playing as Claire, you can find notes about the orphanage, and it's quite disturbing. It's not just a simple place, but a cover up for something much more grim. Not to mention that a chief of police has very dark secrets, and you can also find them while playing as Sherry, a girl who, in that time, I believe it's only 12 years old. Bits and pieces you find here and there are shaping the background, and also they add to the world building. Another thing is one of the saddest moments in Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is a moment where you play as Leon and you get to Candace's shop. First of all, you see a letter left by Jill, which is a nice touch to keep things in the background happening, especially if you play Resident Evil 3 Remake. This is the moment where I will probably put the scene for you to watch because it's crucial for our main character, which is Leon, but also gives emotional twist for the player.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
I said don't move.
I'm just passing through. I'm gonna ask you to lower that weapon.
I tell you what, you're gonna turn around, go right back out the way you came in.
I think your daughter needs help, sir.
Don't tell me how to deal with my daughter.
Drop it.
No! Wait!
Step aside. We need to terminate her before she turns.
Terminate. It's my fucking daughter.
Ada. Just let them be.
Emma? Sweetheart, I told you to stay put.
Daddy?
Daddy's here. Come here. Okay? Those fucking things outside. What they did to us. You're a cop. You're supposed to know something. How did this happen? Huh? She was our sweet little angel.
Mommy?
Mommy's sleeping, honey. Okay? And I'm gonna put you to bed too, okay? Emma. Just go. Just give us some privacy.
It's one thing to keep the truth from me, but why him? I want to find out what's happening here, and stop whoever's behind it. Helping people like them? That's why I joined the Force.
One of the things that is worth to mention as well is the small talks you have with Ada, especially the ones before sewer section and after surviving the attack of overgrown crocodile.
Heard of the Umbrella Corporation? They're a pharmaceutical company secretly making bioweapons. They have a virus. It turns people into indestructible monsters.
That explains the horrible things I've seen. Can't imagine a real scientist being down here.
According to HQ, this leads right into Umbrella's secret facility.
Come on. Sewers are run by the city. How could they have a facility without the authorities knowing?
Welcome to corporate America. Umbrella's controlled Raccoon City for years.
So let me get this straight. Umbrella sells monsters like that to who? Our military? Somebody else's?
They don't sell the monsters. They sell the viruses that make them. And Annette is who makes the viruses. Scary as that alligator was, Annette is far more dangerous.
This is where Ada gives us a bit of answers and also gets Leon to help her and gain his trust, only to lose it during the cable car scene. While we are in Nest, Leon has another series of events going on before he can get a sample of G-Virus, only to bump on Annette to talk with her about some things which confirm what he suspected about Ada.
Jesus. That looks bad.
Feels worse. Believe me.
Talk about what you said. I don't know how much I believe.
Just tell me you'll destroy that G sample.
No, it's evidence. It's going to the FBI.
You trust that bitch?
What's that supposed to mean?
She's not FBI. She's a mercenary. She's gonna sell it. The G-Virus is gonna go to the highest bidder.
That's bullshit.
I hope you're right. But if the G-Virus gets into the wrong hands...
You see, world building is not just what is happening now with your main character, but also everything else happening in the background. I believe the Resident Evil 2 remake gives you an amazing survival horror world building that is rich in lore and side characters. If you're looking for an inspiration to write your horror story, then I would recommend you to play Resident Evil 2 Remake. You will be able to in some way feel what the main character is, and that could help you understand how the environment is important for descriptions, as they can enhance the feeling of fear. Don't forget about the events that are happening in the background, as they add to your world building. It makes it more interesting and natural. You want to make sure that things are happening out of control of your main character. Even side characters have their own things going on when you don't look at them, which, once again, there is a great example, Ada Wong. On the ending note, Resident Evil 2 Remake helped me as a writer to understand how to write survival horror and how to feel it. Capcom created a wonderful formula, and all you have to do is immerse yourself in their world and take what is the best from it and apply it in your own writing. Now, I'm not saying that to do an exact copy, but let the game be your inspiration. For me, one of the biggest inspiration to this day is also soundtrack from Resident Evil. I absolutely love writing chaotic, full of action and fierce scenes. To the soundtrack Collapse and The Last Judgment, which is a moment when you play as Leon and you have to escape collapsing nest while the tyrant, aka Mr. X, is on you once again. Once again, and then you have to fight him in a very tight space, and this is your boss fight, and it's a masterpiece to me. hope this video helps you with writing your own horror story, and also would like to thank Capcom for creating this wonderful game that inspired me to this day. So thank you so much, Capcom. Love you for that. And remember, all of you, every story matters and every story deserves to be told. So I'll see you next time. Bye.